There must be a total of, I don't know, got a number of units here of 4-aught, and it looks like it's by the 1,000. So there's 10,900 feet
Probably.
divided by
Is that-
3.
Yeah, I would say.
Now there's 2.86 units of 1-aught wire, so that would be 2,865 feet of 1-aught wire. Do we get a map of this project?
Yeah, I got one in my office.
I guess I would.
Was that wire in that bid? Because we already got the wire.
Yeah, no, the wire's not in here. No, there's no material from the wire. I was just trying to figure out this. It looks like there's maybe 4,600 feet.
Over time.
4,600 times 3, ain't it?
Yeah, that seems to be the top units. Why is 1-aught wire so many, like almost 3,000, must be 1,000 feet?
Yeah. See what, if I got it right, they're bringing 4-aught from the sub around, and then with that last switch, then they're bringing 1-aught from there down in the transformer. That's why they use 2 inside.
That would be 1,000 feet.
Yeah, I think it was 3,333 feet or something like that. Then they come on 2,700 foot rolls, so you gotta buy a full roll just to get that price, and you know, it costs you more when you cut it.
Yeah, but this is to install. I mean, this is the number of feet they're installing.
Oh,
Mhm. I guess I don't know.
We purchased 11,500, well, on the materials listing that we were given, we purchased 11,500 feet of 4-aught cable and 3,300 feet of 1-aught cable.
And just under the trenching, on the third column down, or the third section, we don't get any decoding here, I guess, but whatever UR2-42 is, it says trenching, 4,435, so that would be 13,200, which should be close to our wire.
Where you at, John?
Oh, down under the third section, the last item, it says 1,000-foot trenching, 42 feet deep, 4.435 units. I assume there's 4.4 thousand. 4,405. I guess I'm just comparing big number of differences in the two bids.
Yeah, because they compare it up to 8,000, which is double, almost double.
Well, that one's way, way high.
Might have been because they're busy and they had to increase it to drop to get it done in a week. 'Cause I know
Well-
they're really busy, and so it's shown, but
You know, the other interesting thing is that they have 2,315 feet of plastic 2-inch conduit. Where are they putting that?
I think the engineer said between the two switches.
That's what's gonna come up into the pad mount switches
And where to where?
from the pad, between the pad mount switches.
Didn't tell me anything, where's the pad mount switches? I've never seen a diagram, I have no idea where it's going.
One of them is going to be on the corner of, by the Presbyterian Church. One of them is up further,
And one of them at the substation?
Yeah. You went away from the substation.
Right at the substation, the close.
I know there's one up, like, behind, not Kevin's Spore, but on the east side of that street.
Would you like to see the map, John?
Yeah, actually I would, I'm just,
From my office, that's- or,
This was what?
is that the one from my office?
No, this is the other one. This is the first one. And see, they're talking about, there's a pad mount switch here, and one here,
There's 3 of one there.
and one here.
this is right off of the transformers.
Right.
And they're on the, okay.
And then, this is the old map, and I just kept it and drew in the solid line is where they're going. And this would be the other switch, this is by the
Okay.
Presbyterian Church.
Yeah,
And then if I'm right, they're talking conduit going all the way around to this other switch.
I don't think that's right, Mark.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, I don't know how far they were going with it then, but,
I don't, it's not all the way around.
no. But anyway, and then this is the one
and then that, okay.
coming to the existing transformer there, and then there's a section lighting cabinet.
They
Could
put
take off
20
from down here
in
in the
conduit.
future, if need be.
So it could go all the way around.
What's the point of going on 3 sides of Twilight Acres to get
Part of the bid.
to the transformers?
In case
there
they
some-
would happen to build here someday again, 'cause we thought originally just come down and go straight in, but if they're gonna build this, we wanna stay down on the property line or whatever and then come up to keep this open so in the future wouldn't
What
happen.
would be the problem with coming down here and over? In fact, if you're gonna expand this, wasn't the idea going 4 out south, or going
That's what the switch is for, to hook onto the 4-out, but
to go
down
south?
south.
But this way you'd have to go through the parking lot or under.
Yeah, you'd have to go through,
Under the street.
Well, this is 6th Street right here.
you'd have to go through all this parking lot to get back over there.
Well, this is street, not parking lot.
And it's all parking lot next to that street. Where is that?
All right, so you're gonna put
Which
in
one is it?
2,315 feet of plastic conduit somewhere in the project. Wow. Last meeting we sold the Kings put in the conduit